G'day, I'm Ethan from Noise Pilot, and sorry, you can hear I'm a bit fluey in my voice. It's because I'm sick and tired of Spotify. What a shit joke, but it's what I want to talk about today, and that is my frustrations with that platform as a podcaster and the frustrations that I'm hearing from other people as well. Spotify have just recently announced that they're going to actually show the view counts. I think they've recently amended that so that it's only creators that have generated more than 50,000 listeners or downloads or whatever, which people like me and a lot of other small creators may have breathed a sigh of relief that we're not, showing our hand at the table. But also there's this other frustration that comes with that, and that is that, we're not actually going to be taken as credible because we don't have those download numbers. A successful podcast really only needs a couple of thousand to justify being sponsored. But to get 50,000, that's a exponentially harder, goal to reach. That's one of the frustrations that people have. Mine's a bit more, I guess, whingy. And that is that I feel Spotify has abandoned us as small creators. That's a big thing to say as a little fella, regarding a giant company, but that's how I feel. I actually don't have so much of a problem with the view count thing because we can see view counts everywhere. We can see them on YouTube. We don't see dislikes anymore. I'm kind of glad of that. You go on TikTok, you can not only see the likes, but the views. We can gather a lot of quantitative data about other people's stuff in other places. So that's not so much the problem. I have a huge problem with how Spotify is presented to me as a consumer, and I can see the implications of that as a creator. Within the last few months of using Spotify, I've really noticed that it's next to impossible to find new stuff on there. What it tends to be showing me is this little screen up the top recommended for me, and it's stuff that I've listened to in the past, and it's likely stuff that has mid-rolls or sponsorship advertising in it. It will keep giving that to me, and it will keep telling me that there's new episodes. It'll even tell me that there's a little blue tick with a new episode, and there isn't a new episode. It's probably just one that I haven't listened to yet. It feels like it's really desperate for me to really bake in my listening habits and come back to these places that have a lot of sponsors on them. It feels like it doesn't want you to find new stuff because there isn't an intrinsic value for Spotify to show you that stuff because it's not sponsored and it's not generating views. You could say, well, fair enough. If you're not going to blow up on Spotify, you're not going to blow up on YouTube, or you're not going to blow up on Instagram. That's true, but I feel like I'm exposed to new content constantly on those platforms. I'll scroll through YouTube and a video with 12 views will pop up that just happens to be within, what I've been watching recently or followed stuff. You can also go down the YouTube rabbit hole. Obviously, it recommends other things for you. You can find stuff that you would never touch in a million years. I think I've found a lot of creators just by simply following the YouTube rabbit hole and then landing on something that I liked. Same with Instagram and TikTok. You will just keep doom scrolling and eventually you're going to come across 4 or 5 videos that have 0 likes, but might impress you. They probably won't, but they might. You have a chance. You have a fighting chance of reaching an audience on other platforms, and I just don't understand why that's not the case on Spotify, especially because you can sign up for Spotify for Creators for free. You can host your podcast on Spotify for no money, and it will push it out to all the other platforms as well. And you can re-upload your video episodes on there. You can put clips up there. You can do comments. You can do polls. It's doing everything in its power to offer everything that all the other platforms have, like commenting and video episodes and stuff like that. But it's not giving you the same, I guess, illusion. I guess it's an illusion because it's always hard, of fair treatment, that you're going to be discoverable in some way if you're constantly showing up. If you have a bank of episodes that people can find, if you're making good clips and being a good citizen, like uploading videos, it feels like it's all to no consequence. And that's the biggest thing, is that you have to go to other places to bolster up your main product on the listening platform. So if I want you to find me on Spotify and Spotify only, I have to make an episode, and then I have to make a TikTok, which then goes onto YouTube and then onto Instagram, and then I've got to make posts around that as well, and constantly keep you fed and informed on other platforms so that you might type my podcast into a search bar and pray to the heavens that it comes up. Wouldn't it be more efficient to put it somewhere else and have these platforms that actually reward you for putting your stuff up, do that, do their thing? So I'm going to try this for an example. This is a YouTube video, right? Google Podcasts has been discontinued, so there is actually an RSS feed generator in YouTube Studio. So I'm not going to put this up for free using Spotify for Creators. I'm not going to use my Noise Pilot hosting platform. I'm going to make this available on YouTube, but also with the RSS function on YouTube. And I'm going to see how that goes. There are other ways to do this. There are other platforms you can go and promote, and I think we should be doing that more. So I think that's one thing I'm going to do, is I'm going to upload this and my other advice for creators section via RSS feed on YouTube, not through Spotify. Go to Apple Podcasts, because they do a really good job of showing new and noteworthy stuff. And you can go into the search bar, go into their subcategories of, discoverable podcasts, and you're going to find something awesome. I think we should be rewarding our listeners for going there, because also you can write written reviews. You can't do that on Spotify at the moment. There is a whole slew of reasons why we should probably be investing in other apps if this one isn't going to look after us. But there's my rant. It definitely sounds sooky, but full disclosure, I'm fully aware that content, whether it's good or bad, can crash and burn on any site. But what I feel like Spotify is not doing is giving me a chance to get it to someone, to even dislike it. And that's what I want to see a lot more of. So there you go. Try YouTube's RSS function. See if you can buck Spotify for Creators. If you're a WA podcaster and you're making something really awesome, we'll happily have you on the network as well. We'll find a way to work with you. And yeah, just keep making shit. If you really enjoy Spotify and you enjoy all the features that it comes with, and that keeps you in the game and enjoying it, just keep using it. That's okay too. Also, thank you to the fellas at Can We Add Arnie. They got Noise Pilot mic socks for me. How embarrassing. I should have bought them myself, but they were very kind to get me a gift, and you can see it in their video as well. I'll put the link here for their latest Star Wars special episode. And yeah, thanks. We'll catch us in the next rant.